Hey there, Sharice Tyson coming to you from Shingletown, California. And I'm a very concerned citizen. Anyone that knows me knows that I am a Trump fan. And I'm really concerned and saddened by all my old friends that I'm hearing from, in many of them in Hollister, California, who just hate Trump and they really can't even tell you why. And I'm a little concerned that you folks out there that I love just don't want to get past the man, take a look at what he's done, what he's accomplished, and see what he represents. He represents America, he represents Americans, and the horrific things that would happen to this nation if Biden and Harris were to actually win this election, which I don't think there's a snowball's chance in the Mojave Desert unless they steal it by harvesting votes. And we can't put that past them. So I'm just asking you friends out there who maybe have just decided you hate Trump, and I invite you to please tell me why. I don't understand this. If everybody in your life is judged by their past, if we went around judging everybody, we wouldn't have many friends, for starters. There were many when I made my transition from a cussing, drinking bar owner to the bar owner that had replaced the business as number one priority with God. And it was because of what I went through with Tommy and his alcoholism. And everything we went through brought us to where we are today. And it's God's worked so many miracles, and he's done so many things. If your complaint is Trump was married 3 times, I'm Tommy's 3rd wife. We've been together almost 31 years. We got through a lot together. And if you wanted to judge me by my past, the people, when I said, please stop using the F word in my bar, and many of you had a really rough time with the new rules, but I think in the long haul, you really enjoyed it. It was a place that women could go to and feel very comfortable by themselves. People that not all people love hearing the F word spewed every other word. And, you know, I came to my realization that my life needed to change. And as long as Johnny's was part of that, Johnny's needed to change a little bit with me. And it did. And it was a wonderful place to be. And I made so many beautiful, wonderful friends. But if you'd all said, you know, screw you, Sharice, what are you talking about God for? We know how you acted. People change, okay? People's priorities change. I was once pro-choice. What I went through personally with Planned Parenthood, that's a story I'll share at a different time, because with 41 days until the election, I thought I'm going to each and every day share with you folks out there some of what our president has done for our country, things that you apparently don't really want to hear about because the media isn't going to tell you about it, that's for sure. So I'm praying that as someone you knew and called a friend, that maybe you'll give me a couple minutes to just share some things with you. And don't just hate the man and vote for Sleepy Joe and Kamala Harris, the most pro-abortion ticket ever in Democratic history. The Democrats will ruin this country. So please just open your heart and your mind to listen to what I have to say about the things that our president has accomplished, because you're not going to get it from the media. So I'm going to read some accomplishments, and you're welcome. Please, please, please go and look them up. Test it for yourself. I'm reading from For God and Country, this fabulous book written by Ralph Reed, The Christian Cause for Trump. So I'm going to read to you from page 314, and these are just some of our president's accomplishments that you're not going to hear about from the media. Today, I'm going to read to you from page 314, Trump's record on taxes and the economy. He cut taxes for 85% of Americans. 85%. Not just the rich. My friends out there who say he's for the rich, you know who I'm talking to. Trump cut the top tax rate for business from 35% to 21%, making America a good place to build a business again. The result is the lowest unemployment rate since 1969. As a small business owner, I know I was just praying and rooting for our president to win, because California especially was not a friendly place to small business. And if the Democrats have their way, I mean, just look at the mess Newsom's made of our state. I'm not going to go down that road. Anyway, more accomplishments. More than 7 million new jobs have been created under President Trump. The country experienced the lowest unemployment rate among Black, Hispanic, Asian, and minority Americans in U.S. history. U.S. history, folks. The man you call a racist managed to get the lowest unemployment rates amongst Blacks, Hispanics, Asians, and all minority groups. For the first time on record, America has more job openings than people looking for jobs. And I can tell you that. I've been to a lot of these places where, because they had to fold because of COVID or close down for a while, now they can't get their employees back. Many of them would just as soon collect unemployment. Sadly, that's what's happening to our kids today. At any rate, America has 7 million job openings. This is causing wages to go up. Hey, wages to go up. You don't have to force them on anybody. It's the natural way things would go. When there's a lot of jobs, not enough people, you got to pay the people more to do the job. More than 6 million American workers received wage increases, bonuses, and increased benefits thanks to Trump tax cuts. More than $1 trillion have poured back into the country since the Trump tax cuts went into effect. $1 trillion, people. Trump eliminated almost all of the Obama administration's regulations that hurt small businesses, eliminating 8 regulations for each new regulation added without endangering public health and safety or hurting the environment. These were all nonsensical, stupid regulations that were hurting our country. In fact, America's air and water continue to become cleaner under President Trump. For you doubters out there who want to throw something silly at me about, without the regulations, we're going to destroy the ozone layer. The median household income is up $5,000 per year, $7,000 per year when you include the Trump tax cuts, after just 3 years in office, compared to the median household income increasing just $1,400 in the previous 16 years. 2 other presidencies, one being a Republican and one being, of course, Obama. The 25% lowest paid Americans enjoyed a 4.5% income boost in 2019. This outpaces a 2.9 percentage gain in earnings for the country's highest paid workers. Another for you out there, my friend, who likes to say he's for the rich. The lowest 10% of earners saw income grow at an astounding 7% rate over the last year. And for those without a high school diploma, wages increased 9% in 2019. In other words, the Trump economy is helping lower income Americans the most. Exactly what he said he would do. If you don't believe me, go look it up. Go do your own research. Don't take the media's word for it, because they lie through their teeth. Wages overall are growing at 3.4% per year under the Trump, after 16 years of stagnation. 16 years, 2 presidents, a Democrat and a Republican. And this is what in 3 years Trump had accomplished. Wages overall are growing at 3.4% per year under Trump. Oh, I already read that. I'm just so excited about it. I guess I had to read it again. The unemployment rate for women has been cut to 65-year low for women. Trump doesn't like women. Trump wants to abuse women. Shut up. Seriously. The unemployment rate, youth unemployment has dropped to a 50-year low. 95% of US manufacturers are now optimistic about the future, the highest level of optimism ever. Small business optimism has hit a 35-year high under Trump. I can tell you as a small business owner, I was ecstatic. President Trump has prioritized workforce development to ensure American workers are prepared to fill high-quality jobs. The president has worked to expand apprenticeship programs, helping Americans gain hands-on training and experience with no student debt. Since President Trump took office, over 660,000 apprentices have been hired across the country. Our president, the apprentice guy. President Trump established the National Council for the American Worker, which was tasked with developing a workforce strategy for the jobs of the future. No other president has done anything like this. More than 370 companies have signed the president's pledge to America's workers, pledging to provide more than 14.4 million employment and training opportunities. This is huge, folks. President Trump signed an executive order prioritizing cyber workforce development to ensure that we have the most skilled cyber workforce for the 21st century. And this is very important, very important. 500,000 new manufacturing jobs were created in the US so far under Trump, after 16 years of losing manufacturing jobs. Obama mocked Trump in a speech in 2016 saying, "How are you going to bring these jobs back? These jobs are never coming back." Well, they're coming back now under Trump's economic policies. He came in a businessman knowing what needed to be fixed. There's a lot I want to talk about, but I don't want people to get too bored and not stay too long. I'm just going to touch very briefly today on this whole racism crap and point out something our president's done that is just nobody else did it, including Obama, who had 8 years to make a difference in the life of Black Americans. President Trump's historic tax cut legislation included new opportunity zones, incentives to promote investment in low-income communities across the country. As a result, abandoned cities like Detroit are coming back. 8,764 communities across the nation have been designated opportunity zones. Opportunity zones are expected to spur $100 billion in long-term private capital investment in economically depressed communities across the nation. This is huge, folks. This is a businessman who came in and knew what to do to bring jobs and life back to America, and patriotism. I'm sorry, but the Democrats who want to tell you that our country is a disaster, that it's racially divided, they're making the divisions, okay? Not our president. Please, please, I beg of you. If you pray, and many of you out there I know as friends, we've talked many times about things and have asked for prayer, and you've said, okay, I'll pray about that. So I'm asking you to pray and vote. This is National Voter Registration Day. It's huge. If you haven't registered, please do so today. I confess to being one of those people who didn't vote until I think I was 40 years old. I did the old, I can't make a difference. My one vote doesn't make a difference. Well, if everybody says that, nobody's voting and nobody's making a difference. So it is important to vote. So please do register to vote. And I pray that you Trump haters out there will please stand back. Look at what the Democrats plan on doing to our country. And if you don't like the man, no big deal. You need to like his policies. You need to look at what he's accomplished, and that's how you choose. Not because he gets on your nerves, because he's a little haughty and he tweets too much, and it's a personality thing. You don't vote a personality, you vote policy. So please, step back, take a look, do your own research. Don't believe what the media's filling your head with, because they're full of beans. I mean, just think about it. Have you ever seen a president more attacked by the media in your entire life? What is up with that? I didn't like Obama, and when he got elected a second time, I was livid. I didn't go out and burn down people's property and light things on fire. And now they're talking about if he does his nomination for the Supreme Court, that Democrats are suggesting that people burn down this country. How can you vote for someone who would suggest such a thing? Please, people, I beg you, step back, look at the accomplishments, open your eyes and your heart and your mind and say, God, you tell me what you want me to do. If you're a praying person, please do that for me. And please pray that those out there who are just determined to hate Trump no matter what he accomplishes will open their hearts and minds and either stay at home and not vote at all, or come to their senses. Because if President Trump doesn't win, Jesus is coming back real soon, because this country's going to hell in a handbag even faster than you can whistle Dixie. So please, folks, thanks for giving me your time. This is a fabulous book. And also I'm reading The Blitz by David Horowitz, another wonderful book that shares so many accomplishments and so much fact and data about our president. So please take the time, pray about it, do your own research, and get over hating the man and start looking at the policies. Start looking at what he has accomplished. And if he can accomplish everything he's done, fighting with the Democrats tooth and nail, one stupid lying accusation after the other, tried to impeach him. I mean, please, they're talking impeachment again because he might do his constitutional duty as a president and appoint somebody to the Supreme Court. Please, folks, I beg of you, stop, do your research, pray, and vote. Probably see you again tomorrow, because this thing has really got me passionate. I love you. Have a blessed day, and we'll talk to you next time.